Okay, part 2 of video. I made an assignment for you all to make some sketchbooks. So what I thought I would do is I would show you some of the sketchbooks I have made in the past. Different types of art books. We'll go over some materials you can use. Oh yeah, check this out. This fancy camera setup I got. I got the one here so you can see me making, and I got the other one right there so you can see my face. Right? So let's talk about sketchbooks. Some of you have sent me pictures of you working already, which is super cool. You did the funny self-portrait, so I'll do that today. But so if you don't have a sketchbook, I'll show you how to make a couple simple ones. But you can use anything. You can use, some people are using their notebooks for school. Anything you can draw on can be used as a sketchbook. But here are some of the ones that I've made, and I'll go over these today. This I made with collecting different types of paper. So I repurposed old books and then made them into a sketchbook like this. Some of them I used construction paper, and I put stuff in this one. Construction paper, and then I have pictures on the inside and areas to draw on. What we'll be doing today is a very simple little zine book. You can use this to make a comic book or use it as a little tiny sketchbook. And then we'll make one like this where it's super simple sketchbook. We'll do a couple. Why not? And then all the other ones, it's just, they're all like the same as far as how they're made. It's just using, I printed off some pictures, right? There's fire department for like the cover, but then the inside, they're all white, all the white paper. Okay? So let's do this. Let's make a couple. We'll start with the very simple one, how to make a zine. So what you'll need, sorry about my squeaky chair. So we'll make this little guy first, right? This is a little zine book. All you need for this is one sheet of printer paper, like this, okay? So watch how I do it. Let's see if I can remember. You'll need the paper and you'll need scissors. That's it. Yeah, amazing. Crazy cool. Okay, so first thing we'll do, I'm gonna unfold it so I can remember the exact steps. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna fold it. We talked about this in class. Hamburger versus hot dog folds. So we're going to do a hamburger fold like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then I am connecting my corners, right? Right there, we want our corners to be, oh, they're a little off. That's okay, right? The corners are connected. Then you're gonna fold it again, right? So here's the hamburger fold. Okay, I'll move this so that's not in the way. Here's the hamburger fold. Then you're gonna fold it again. Boom. And now this time it's a hot dog. See that? Boom. See that? So now we have 4 long panels, right? 4 long boxes. And we're gonna fold it. Now I've unfolded it, and now I'm gonna fold it in half hot dog style. Right? So now I have 8 boxes. You see those 8 boxes? Pretty cool. All right. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna show you in case I went too fast. The first thing is you're gonna fold it hamburger style like this. And then here's the fold. And you're gonna take this and you're gonna fold it over again into a little hot dog. You're gonna unfold all of it. Then fold the paper into a big hot dog. Now here's the cutting part. We need to make one cut. Okay? You see, I'll fold it right here. I folded it hamburger again. So you see this is the ridge. That is the ridge, right? The spine of the book. We're gonna cut this line down. Do you see that? So I take my scissors. On the ridge, I'm not cutting on the open side. If I cut on the open side, it's not gonna work. So on the ridge, the spine of the book, I'm gonna cut on that line all the way like this, right? Just that first line. And now I'm gonna open it up, right? So now I've got, you see this? I've got this little tiny hole. So now I've already folded this hot dog style before. I'm gonna fold it there again, hot dog style. And now I have this little like square diamond shape. You see that? You see that? So now I'm gonna push the diamond shape together. See, I'm holding my fingers close to the edge so that the paper doesn't get squished and open like this. We want to keep it together. So I'm holding it on the fold, pushing it together. Now you can kind of feel which direction they want to fold to. You're gonna fold those papers in so that it's flat. Okay, watch that again. So we've got our square shape. Fold, push it in, right? And then you're gonna fold those extra pages down like this. So now we've got a little 2-box book, and you're gonna fold it again in half like this. And now what I have is a little tiny, it's called a zine, right? It's a little zine book, like a magazine, but you could put a title and you could draw little pictures on the inside. You don't need any staples, nothing, because it'll stay together just like this, right? So that's option 1 for your sketchbooks. Option 2, let's see. We'll get some more paper. I'm not gonna use printer paper, right? Mom and Dad would know, depending on if you have access to a printer. You might need different paper, but I'm gonna use some sketchbook paper because I'm almost out of printer paper, and I don't wanna use that just in case I need a print. So here's some sketch paper. I'm taking 3 pieces of paper, just like this, right? My hair is getting all crazy. We'll fix that. So our 3 pieces of paper. Now I put pictures of this on my last post. So if you're on Google Classroom, check the last post. There's some printouts for you to use. So this is the video of it, but you can find those printouts, the step-by-steps on the last one. There's little pictures of it. So you take your 3 pieces of paper, you fold them hamburger style, like this. Okay? Boom. Now I've got a little book. Now you have 2 options. I have this fancy tool called a saddle stapler, saddle stitch stapler. And I could take this fold and put it right there and staple my book together. I know a couple of you know this from art class. We've got one there. So I could staple the spine of the book and then it's all done. But just in case you don't have that, right, this is a very specific tool. We're going to use, I'll put this back. We're going to use scissors and string. Okay, so if you've got some string laying around, that's Mom or Dad. I'm going to take my scissors. We're going to make 3 different cuts on our book, and then we're going to wrap it with some string to hold it together. I've got some blue string. Oh, Lord. Pardon that noise. I got a big, you can kind of see it. I have a big metal desk. Okay, so we've got our folded paper, like this. And we're going to make 3 cuts. Now, again, I put this picture on Google Classroom, so if you want to see pictures of it, if that'll help you, check that out. I'm going to cut the corners, right? Now, it's very important what corners you cut. This is how my book opens. You see that? It opens up. You want to make the cuts on the spine of the book. Okay? Check this. Check this. Okay? Little cut right there. I'm going to cut it right here so you can see it. Here we go. Ready? My scissors are at an angle. I'm being careful. My fingers aren't near them. Cut a little triangle. Just the corner off, right? Just like that. Okay? So now when I open my book, I've got those weird little shapes. Those little shapes are going to help us keep our book together. What this is called is bookbinding. A little fancy word for you. So now, right in the middle of your book, again, this is the spine. I'm going to cut right in the middle. I'm going to cut a little triangle out of it. I'm winging it, meaning I'm not measuring it. Right? You can measure it if you want. You can draw a little triangle there if you want. But now I have, when I open it, these 3 little shapes. Now I'm using this really thin string. You could use a different one. Okay. Now we're going to take our string and we're going to measure how much string we need. I'm going to measure 3, right, from the distance from my one edge to the other edge. So I'm going to measure 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then I'll add a little extra just in case I need more. Okay. So now here's my string. Now we're going to bind the book. This is a fancy sketchbook, right? These little ones, super simple, right? This is a fancy sketchbook, so we need to dress it up. So we're going to start by putting the string from the inside through the hole. I'm going to pull the string so that I have just a little bit hanging out in the middle. Now watch. I'm going to take this. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I do this right? Did I do this right? I can't remember. Hold on. Hold up. Pause. Pause. I think that was right. I'm going to put, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull up that little picture. Make sure I'm doing it right, because I don't want to teach you the wrong thing. Here we go. Just good to double check. Here we go. There's my picture. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was doing it right. I was doing it opposite, but it'll work. Here we go. So, we're going to take our string like this. We're going to put it through the middle hole, right? So that a little bit's on the outside. I don't think it matters which way you do it. This was the way that I had put it on the paper that I found, right? So we're gonna follow the instructions. Then we're gonna take this string and I'm gonna wrap it around my book, right? All the way around like this. I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna check my camera. Great, you can see it. So I put my string through the book, and now the string on the inside, I'm wrapping it around the book, back through the middle, right? I'm gonna pull that kind of tight, right? We want our book together. And I'm gonna put this string I wrapped around with through the middle of the book. Again, so now I have this. My string is wrapped around the book, and I have two strings on the outside. Now it's really important, I'm gonna try to show this on the camera. One string is on the left of this middle string, and then one is on the right. So now we're gonna tie a knot. Right, I'm just going to do a double knot. I'm going to keep it tight, tie a double knot, boom, just like that, right? The reason you want one string on the left and one string on the right of this middle string is that so it ties this string down, keeps it tight. Now you can leave these super long. I'm going to cut mine a little bit, right? So now I've got this little nice decorative back. And I've got the string through the middle, and I've got this big old sketchbook. So you can do this with printer paper or notebook paper or whatever type of paper you have. It doesn't matter. I use some sketchbook paper, right? So let's review before we end this video. You fold your papers in half, hamburger style. You could do hot dog. I did hamburger, so I have a bigger place to draw. You cut the corners off. You cut a little triangle in the middle. And then you have to bind the book with string. Okay, super, super fancy. So you put your string through the middle. You take the other end and you wrap it around the book and then back through the middle so that you have two strings on the outside, and then you tie them together. And then when you're done, you have a perfectly bound sketchbook. Now I did 3 pieces of paper. So this is a little thin sketchbook. You could do more. It just will be harder for you to cut the corners if it's super thick. So just be careful with that, okay? So there's a bound sketchbook for you. And then here is a little foldable sketchbook for you. Just like that, boom, okay? And then I'll show you one other super, super simple one. And if you don't, right, so I want to give you a couple options. If you don't have string and you don't have the stapler, what could you do? Mr. A, I will show you what you could do. Right? Where did I put it though? Ruh-roh. Okay, well I'll just show you. I don't have a rubber band, but I'll show you. So you take a piece of paper. Now I made a skinny book like this, so I'll show you from start. Take a piece of paper like this. Boom, oh, got a little extra there. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take this paper. I'm gonna make a little skinny notebook, almost like a Blue's Clues notebook. Fold that in half like this. Now I'm gonna cut this paper without my scissors. I'm gonna cut it by folding it. So I'm gonna fold it back. Remember, you gotta connect your corners. like that. And I'm going to fold it back again. What I'm doing is I'm loosening the paper fibers so that I can rip it. And now I'm going to put it on my table, and I'm going to push really hard on the paper and then pull it to the side. And I'm going to see if I can rip it. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't want to rip my paper wrong. There we go. There we go. See? I'm pushing super hard. And I've got 2 pieces of paper the same size. So I'm going to put those over each other. Now fold them kind of hamburger style. So now I have this like Blue's Clues notebook, right? So same method as our other book. We need to cut the corners. Cut 1 corner. Cut 2 corner. And now what you can do, and this is what I was saying, I don't think I have one in here. I thought I had one already on the book. It must have broken. You can take a rubber band or a hair tie and put it over the book, and it'll hold it together. Just like that. Right? So here's one that I made. It has a lot more paper in it. And I made a little cover from some magazine paper. So you can get fancy with your books. These were all made with just white paper. So you can decorate the cover, draw on it. But if you want to get super fancy, get some old magazines, right? Cut out some pictures that you really like, some textures, and then you can make that a cover of the book, right? So again, here's a printed image of the Chicago Fire Department I used for a book. This is the same type of book as this one that we made. Or you could get, like I said, some magazine pieces of paper for your cover. If you want to find cool pictures and cut them out and then stick them on your book, like a little collage, you could do that. Look at that cool guy. And that's on the big Blue's Clues paper like this. And then these, I use construction paper. So if you have colored construction paper, you can use that too. So this is Art Challenge 1. A couple people have already done it. They've started their sketchbooks, but here's the official video for it. I will post it on Google Classroom so you can see it. And then I will see you all next time for a new art activity. Again, I've got my top secret list right here of all the stuff that I want to do, and you can do it with me. Sounds good? All right. Happy Art Day.